Hey Hero Kids family, once again, Aiden and I are still on our trip to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, my hometown, to celebrate Groundhog Day. And we were lucky enough to be able to stop by Standard Pennant to meet with Jim, the owner of Standard Pennant Company. Standard Pennant Company has been the company that we've chosen to be with for the last 10 years for any of our swag. Whether it was a sticker, it was a baseball cap, it was a t-shirt, even the sweatshirt I'm wearing right now. But none of that could have happened, even though my best friend from home, Mark Burkett, works here, it is because of Jim. And for 10 years, Jim, you and Standard Pennant Company, the family of Standard Pennant Company, have supported Hero Kids. The first thing I guess I want to ask you straight up, since I never have yet, is when Mark came to you originally with, I've got this friend who's got this idea, and I think we should help, what was your thought?
Well, it definitely wasn't corporate America. And that's where we make our livelihood.
Yeah.
I mean, we design logos and things that are creative, that are going to sell, branding and so forth. But when he threw this out, we never had any experience in this type of work.
Yeah.
Plus, the other task was the background of it and what it was about, that we had to come up with a design that was going to, show what this meant.
Sure, yeah.
And the kids and the therapy. It was a challenge on just gearing up to do something different. Geez, I think we came up with the logo in one day. He nailed it. In fact, I think that's what you said, John, that when Mark first showed you the logo, that we were right on the mark for that.
It absolutely was. I took probably a good 17 minutes to discuss this design I had for the original concept. And it was about a day or two later that Mark called me and said, hey, I just emailed you the image. And I was taken aback in how amazing you had truly captured what I was trying to say in a more detailed way, that I was silent on the phone, and Mark was like, okay, then just tell me what's wrong with it. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mark, no, I'm not upset with it. What it is I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Mark was like, okay, well, since you like it, let me tell you something about marketing. Because again, that was another part that your family here did for me, was that first interaction with professionals in the marketing, media, and promotional field to educate me a little bit about, hey, these are the things you need to look at. So that's why I say Standard Pennant Company isn't just an embroidery or a swag company.
Right.
They do more. And for me, at least, in the 10 years, especially starting out as I was on my own, trying to do everything, trying to wear multiple hats. One of the things I just wanted to bring to your attention while we're sitting here is I can remember early on, I remember one time calling Jenna, and I said, hey, this is all I have for a budget, but this is what I'm trying to do. And she was like, let me get back to you. I'll never forget it. She goes, all right, I went in and talked to Jim, and we're going to take care of you. You didn't know me personally. You knew our mission because of Mark. We're not even in your state, as of yet. We're working on that, Hero Kids. What made you?
Well, on a local level, I mean, we do a lot of work for schools and fire companies and nonprofits that we're used to working with. Just to jump ahead, when you guys were up a few months ago and we did a little piece on Hero Kids, and that was published in the local paper, I got several calls from people I know and some people I never knew or don't know, and they remarked on what a great cause this was, and they didn't know it existed. They said, based on the information that was in the paper, what the charity was or the nonprofit was, they thought it was a great cause. And most of the people that I did hear from had family in the military or first responders, law enforcement. They didn't hear of anything like this until they read the article in the paper. I hope that we're always in a position that we can work with you and help you when you need it. And I mean, that's my commitment.
Hey everybody, It's John. I'm here in Big Run at Standard Pennant Company, and we've got Troy next to us. As you know, Aiden and I are on a trip to Punxsutawney for Groundhog Day. And I said it that way because, as you will see in the blooper reels, I got it wrong, and I called my hometown event Groundhog's Day, and it's not. There's only one. There can only be one. We are here to kind of celebrate a little bit the partnership we've had for over 10 years with Standard Pennant Company. One of the people who've been very key to everything you see, from the jersey I'm wearing to the Groundhog Day t-shirt that we made, as well as the stickers, is this fine gentleman next to me, Troy Hicks. Troy is the vice president at Standard Pennant Company, but he's also a visionary in their art department. And so, Troy, if you don't mind, I just wanted to kind of trip your trigger a little bit about Hero Kids, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Now, you've been working on a lot of our stuff for the last 9 years. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I've been here almost 10, yeah.
10. So I know that you weren't part of the first design we did ever, but since then, you've been pretty much doing all our designs, like our 10th anniversary. So when you go into those projects, knowing that we're a nonprofit, what do you think about? What comes to mind as some of the things that you're trying to, articulate in your artwork for us?
It's not so much non-profit. I just try to make it bold, in your face, something that somebody's going to see as they walk by or drive by.
And let me ask you this. What do you think of Hero Kids Foundation? I mean, the mission we have is, of course, to give light to those who serve at home. When you hear that, what resonates for you about Hero Kids?
Actually, we were able to go down to one of your surf camps a couple years ago, and it was just amazing to see all the families together and having a good time. Everybody was there. There wasn't one parent off or stationed somewhere. It was nice seeing everybody together.
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, this is the tactical groundhog that Troy came up with. It has a complete representation of the military service that we have behind us, as well as, of course, the pride in my hometown, Punxsutawney. You can still get them in our store online. Definitely would recommend it. When you pick one up, please take a picture of yourself hanging out with your animals, making a difference. What would be the one statement or one word that you would say for you that Hero Kids represents for you?
Family, that one word, bringing family together.
Well, Hero Kids, you heard it from the best one here, the artist who designed everything for us and made sure that we have products that both impact us, but also promote with your help. So Hero Kids, happy Groundhog Day, and we'll see you soon.
Well, naturally, I have to ask you for the Groundhog Call.
Okay.
And this is what prompts Phil to come out of
Correct.
his home so that he can make his prediction, of course.
Right. So you want to get the audience involved. So the past guy that did it, he did a pretty good job, but mine's a little different. Mine stretches out a little further. Here's what normally happens. You get up, you get the crowd going, which are already going. So I'm going to say groundhog, and you're going to say groundhog. So it kind of stretched out a little bit. So my main thing is the first one. So you ready for this?
We're ready.
Okay, let me see here. Ready? Groundhog! And then the other people say, Groundhog! There you go. That's the yell.